Dear friends, welcome to InQUEST. In this video, let's discuss about 28th October 2021 daily current affairs, useful for your UPSC, KPSC and all other competitive exams. Let's see the index of today's discussion. Article number 1, Krishi Udan 2.0 launch. So in this article, we need to understand what is Krishi Udan 2.0 and what are the objectives of the same. Article number 2, Agni 5 successfully launched from APJ Abdul Kalam Island. So in this article, we need to understand what is Agni 5 and the family of missiles that come under Agni. So article number 3, new non-toxic organic photocatalyst can efficiently capture carbon dioxide and convert into methane. That means in this article, we will be learning about a new technology to convert carbon dioxide into methane. So this technology is found to be non-toxic. Article number 4, Sambhav. So it is National Level Awareness Program 2021. This has been launched. So in this article, we need to understand what is Sambhav and it comes under which ministry. Article number 5, framework to manage drone traffic notified. So as of now, we had no, framework to manage drones in India. But now for the very first time, there will be framework to manage drone traffic in India. Let's see what technology will be in use in this particular management. Article number 6, AIIB, that is Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, expects to finance infrastructure projects to mitigate and adapt to climate change worth 50 billion US dollars by 2050. So in this article, I will be speaking about infrastructure projects that are related to healthcare sector, because this article speaks about the healthcare sector alone. So with this, let's start discussing about each and every article in detail. So Union Civil Aviation Minister Sri Jyotiraditya Scindia releases Krishi Udan 2.0. So let us understand briefly what is Krishi Udan 2.0. So we all know Udan. Udan is nothing but Uday Desh Ki Aam Nagrik. So this is to facilitate flight, the facility for, Aam Admi. So that is normal people. But now there is an extension that is called as Krishi Udan. So as we all know, Krishi is related to agriculture. So this scheme is all about transportation of agricultural products through airlift. So this is to actually encourage farmers and improve the, the profit to the farmers. So now let us understand this scheme in complete details. So this scheme will open up new avenues of growth for agriculture sector and help attain the goal of doubling the farmers' income. So this actually helps doubling the farmers' income, because this is one of the objectives of the central government to actually double the farmers' income. So this can be achieved by removing barriers in supply chain, logistics and transportation of farm produce. So by facilitating air transportation, the barrier of supply chain can be removed. So Krishi Udan 2.0 lays out the vision of improving value realization. So this is value realization for both farmers and also for air transportation. So it is done through better integration and optimization of agri harvesting and air transportation. So both will be benefited. One is agri harvesting and also air transportation, and contributing to agri value chain sustainability and resilience under different and dynamic conditions. The scheme proposes to facilitating and incentivizing. So it definitely incentivizes. That means it increases the income of farmers by creating movement of agri produce by air transportation, as I told you before. Now, the Krishi Udan 2.0, how it will be implemented. So it will be implemented at 53 airports as of now across the country, and its main focus will be on Northeast and tribal regions, and is likely to benefit farmers, freight forwarders and airlines. So the first focused areas are in Northeast and tribal regions, and it is going to benefit farmers as well, and freight forwarders and also airlines. And the Ministry of Civil Aviation plans to be pilot the scheme for 6 months. See, first 6 months it will run as the pilot project. After that, it will be introduced later if there are any amendments that are required based on the results of the evaluation and consultation with other stakeholders. So for 6 months, it will run as an experiment basis, after which if there are any changes to be made on the procedure of this particular implementation, it will be done after evaluation and consultation with other stakeholders. Now let's see the key highlights of Krishi Udan 2.0. Number 1, facilitating and incentivizing movement of agri produce by air transportation. Number two, strengthening cargo related infrastructure at airports and off airports. So right now we do not have better infrastructure for cargo both at airport and off airports. So that can be improvised or strengthened. Then concessions sought from other bodies. So to encourage farmers, actually there are concessions sought. So let's see what is the concession that is sought here. So seek support and encourage state to reduce sales tax to 1% on ATF, that is air traffic management, for freighters or P2C, that is a passenger to cargo airport aircraft as extended in Udan flight. So it is nothing but changing passenger flight to cargo aircraft as we see in Udan flights. So this is a requisition or a concession that is sought from states to reduce sales tax to 1%. So this is also part of this particular Krishi Udan. Then resources pooling through establishing convergence mechanism. Obviously resources can be pooled here. Then there will be technological convergence also, because there will be development of platform. Now what is the platform that is named under Krishi Udan 2.0? So there will be development of e-Kushal, that is nothing but Krishi Udan for sustainable and holistic or agri logistic platform. So this will be developed to facilitate information dissemination to all stakeholders. So there will be, in this platform there will be information that will be available for all stakeholders at the same time. So there will be integration of this particular e-Kushal with the national agricultural market, that is called as e-Nam. So both the platforms will be integrated with each other. So these are all the things that are in proposal with respect to Krishi Udan 2.0. So with this, let's see 7 focus routes and products. So I told you, so this is still in the initial stage of pilot basis. So that is the reason why it is not executed throughout the country. So there are 7 focus routes right now and minimum number of products. After the success of the same, it will be extended to other parts as well and other products as well. So let's see the initial routes. So Amritsar, Dubai. So product is baby corn. Darbhang to rest of India, lichens. Sikkim to rest of India, organic produce. Chennai, Vizag to Kolkata forest, seafood, Agartala, Delhi and Dubai, pineapple, and Dibrugarh, Delhi and Dubai, mandarin and oranges. So mandarin is a type of an orange. Then Guwahati to Hong Kong, pulses, fruits and vegetables. So this is what is the initial plan of Krishi 2.0. So with this, let's go to article number 2. So this article is related to Ministry of Defense. Surface to surface ballistic missile, that is Agni 5, successfully launched from ABJ Abdul Kalam Island. So let's see the key highlights of the same. Agni 5 capable, this is capable of hitting targets at a range of up to 5,000 kilometers. So these numbers are very important for your examination. The target range of Agni 5 is 5,000 kilometers. So 5 and 5 you can remember, with very high degree of accuracy. Even though it reaches up to 5,000 kilometers, the target or the accuracy is very good. It uses a 3-stage solid fueled engine and successful launch in line with India's policy to have credible minimum deterrence that underpins the commitment to no first use. Now the key terms here is credible minimum deterrence. See, whether we use these Agni 5 missiles practically against other countries or not, it is a secondary question. But here we should have some kind of minimum deterrence. That means we need to show other countries that we have enough technology to counteract if there is any misadventure from other countries. So that is called as credible minimum deterrence. So we need to have that particular minimum deterrence to show other countries, and it is also kind of underpins the commitment to no first use. Now what is no first use? So these missiles, we have a commitment that we are not going to use it for the first go. It will be used as second line of defense. Now what do you mean by that? So such missiles will be used if we have similar kind of attack from other countries. So once they attack with such missiles, we will be using it as counter attack, not as an attack. It will be used as counter attack. So that is called as no first use. Now let's understand more about Agni missile. So Agni missile is a family of medium to intercontinental range ballistic missile developed by India, named after one of the 5 elements of nature. So that is Agni. Agni means fire. This is one of the 5 elements of nature. So Agni missiles are long range. As we saw, it can reach up to 5,000 kilometers, obviously long range, nuclear weapons capable. So we can carry nuclear weapons, and they are surface to surface ballistic missiles. So we saw a while ago hypersonic missiles. So they are different. The speed of hypersonic missiles will be slower than ballistic missiles. So ballistic missiles can even reach faster than hypersonic missiles. But the difference is the trajectory of ballistic missiles can be detected by other countries, but the hypersonic missiles cannot be detected. So these are all the differences. The first missile of the series, the first family member of this particular series is termed as Agni 1. So this was developed under the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, IGMDP, and it was tested in 1989. After its success, Agni missile program was separated from the IGMDP upon realizing its strategic importance. And now it was designated as special program in India's defense budget. So this is not, part of IGMDP anymore. So this is designated as special program in India's defense budget and provided adequate funds for subsequent development. So there are dedicated funds for development of Agni missiles. The missiles in Agni series are being inducted into services. Now let's see the family of Agni missiles. So these are all different Agni missiles. Agni 1, Agni P, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have these many Agni family missiles, out of which Agni P and Agni 6, they are still under development. So all other are in operation. So Agni 1 is called as MR BM, that is mid-range ballistic missile, and Agni 3 is IRBM, that is integrated range ballistic missile, and Agni 5 is ICBM, that is intercontinental ballistic missile. So there are different types we have here. This table is very, very important for your examination, and we have mentioned their ranges as well. We may get questions on ranges as well, so it is better to note down these particular things. You can just pause the video and note down here. And type, as I told you, medium range ballistic missiles. So these are the same 1, 2, and Agni Prime, and intermediate range ballistic missile 3 and 4, and intercontinental ballistic missile 5 and 6. And designer is DRDO, and manufacturer Bharat Dynamics. You can check the mass, you can check the length, you can check the diameter, you can check the warheads, and you can just pause the video and find out. So there is no concept to explain here. And the engine is, these are the technical specification. So it is a composite rocket motor, propellant is solid fuel, and flight altitude. So 300 kilometers Agni 1, 230 kilometers Agni 2, and 350 kilometers Agni 3. And maximum speed is 24 Mach. That is, I'm talking about Agni 5. What is Mach number? So this is in relation to speed of sound. So it can travel up to 24 times greater than the speed of sound. So that is called as 24 Mach. So guided systems you can just go through, and launch platforms you can just go through. So these are all the details of Agni family. So with this, let's go to article number 3. New non-toxic organic photocatalyst can efficiently capture carbon dioxide and convert into methane. So this article is nothing but conversion of carbon dioxide to methane by a new method. So that is found to be non-toxic. So Indian scientists have designed a cost-effective metal-free catalyst to convert carbon dioxide to methane by absorbing of visible light. So this can be done by using visible light or absorbing the visible light, and that converts carbon dioxide to methane. So this technology, so this is actually cost-effective metal-free catalyst. So ongoing research is making a significant effort to reduce carbon dioxide into value-added product, methane. So it could be one of the value-added products. So this is actually converting carbon into value-added product. So which is the value-added product that we will be converting here? Methane, because methane can be further used as a fuel. That's why it is called as value-added product. So with a significant uses, so this can be used as the cleanest burning fossil fuel and can directly be used in fuel cells as hydrogen carrier. So it is also the main component of natural gas, and has the potential to replace coal for electricity generation and furnishing flexible supply to reinforce reintermittent renewable generators. So this is one of the very important inventions if it is practically used or executed, because it can be easily replaced. It can replace coal, because we are using coal for electricity generation. I mean to say 70% of electricity generation here, and as we all know, coal is one of the greenhouse gases emitter. It emits a lot of carbon dioxide. So instead of that, we can use cleanest burning fossil fuel, that is methane. And there are several ways in which carbon dioxide can be reduced. So it is not the only method. There are many methods of converting carbon dioxide into methane, such as photochemical, electrochemical, photoelectrochemical, photothermal, and so on. The photochemical process utilizes solar light as a renewable energy source. So out of all these methods, photochemical process actually utilizes solar light as a renewable energy source. So there are some key requirements. So these are the technical specifications. You just have to go through it. So there are some key requirements of our photocatalyst to convert CO2 into value added products. Now, what are the key requirements? So it is light harvesting property, then charge carrier, then charge carrier separation proficiency, and presence of proper electronically aligned conduction band. So these are the technical requirements for conversion of carbon dioxide into value added products. So these are the various challenges. Thus, it is a challenge to reduce carbon dioxide to methane selectively and efficiently. Only a handful catalysts are able to reduce reduce methane selectively and effectively, and most of the catalyst contains metal counterparts which are toxic and expensive. The catalysts that we have right now, they are metal counterparts, and they are toxic as well, and they are also expensive. So in order to minimize these challenges, a team of scientists from Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research, an autonomous institute of Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, have designed a metal-free porous organic polymer in such a way that it will be able to absorb visible light and catalyze the carbon dioxide reduction reaction as well. So this is what is the invention is all about. So this is developed by Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research. So this is one of the articles that can be used in one of the methods to mitigate global warming. So with this, let's go to article number 4. So this is in relation to Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Union Minister of MSME launches Sambhav. So this is National Level Awareness Program 2021. Sambhav, a national level awareness program. It is just an awareness program being organized by Ministry of MSME, Government of India in New Delhi. Here, new products and services created by budding enterprises. So budding enterprises, or I can say the startup enterprises, they can come up with new products and services, and they can give cascading effect for stimulating related business sectors. So this is kind of a encouragement for budding entrepreneurs. So this is going to help budding entrepreneurs and also the participants to gain knowledge about the same. So the mass outreach program. So this is a big program. That's why it is called as mass outreach program. It will be 1 month long initiative under the Ministry of MSME, in which students from different colleges, IITs from all parts of the country will be encouraged by 130 field officers of ministry to take up entrepreneurship. So during the campaign, college students will be made aware of various schemes being implemented by Ministry of MSME through audio, video, film presentations. And awareness programs will be conducted in more than 1,300 colleges across the country, in which 150,000 students are expected to participate. So what is MSME? So there is a revised classification given, and this revised classification is effective from 1st July 2020. Now, what is the revised classification? So what is MSME? It is manufacturing enterprises and enterprises rendering services. So it includes both manufacturing of goods and also services. They come under MSME. And this MSME is divided into 3 categories. One is micro, other one is small and medium. Now, what are the differences between the same? So micro means investment in plant and machinery or equipment that should be not more than 1 crore rupee annual turnover and not more than and annual turnover not more than 5 crore. So investment should not be more than 1 crore and annual turnover should not be more than 5 crore. So such companies or industries are called as micro. What do you mean by small? Investment in plant and machinery or equipment that is not more than 10 crore and annual turnover is not more than 50 crore. So once again, so 10 is to 50. That means once again it drops down to 1 is to 5. So investment of 10 crores in plants and machinery and turnover should not exceed 50 crore. That is small. Now, what do you mean by medium? So investment should not exceed 50 crore and turnover should not exceed 250 crore. So this is also ratio of 1 is to 5 only. So these are all the new categories of MSME. So with this, let's go to article number 5. Framework to manage drone traffic notified. So let's see the technology to manage drone traffic in India. The Ministry of Civil Aviation has notified a traffic management policy framework for drones, which envisages private third-party service providers for ensuring safe operations. So to encourage or to make sure safe operations of these drones, the traffic management policy framework for drones has been notified by Ministry of Civil Aviation. So under the framework, these unmanned traffic management service providers, so this is important thing to note, unmanned traffic management service providers, in short called as UTMSP, will extend automated algorithm driven software service instead of voice communication as in the traditional air traffic management system. The traditional air traffic management system, what is there now, the unmanned traffic management service provider will be different. So in a way, it is actually automated and algorithm driven software service, and there is no voice communication. It works on a software. So they will primarily be responsible for segregating and separating a drone from other drones and manned aircraft in the airspace below 1,000 feet in the country. So it basically segregates the manned and unmanned drones. Here it is now separating drones from other drones. So it is basically separate drones from other drones, and they actually unmanned aircraft in airspace below 1,000 feet in the country. So next, the drone traffic management policy also requires integration of UTM and ATM so that flight plans and real-time location of manned aircraft can be recorded, as well as in order to continuously separate manned and unmanned aircraft from each other. So there will be integration of both unmanned traffic management and also air traffic management. Both will be integrated. This is basically to separate manned and unmanned aircraft from each other. So with this, let's go to the last article. India needs to bolster its health infrastructure. So this is actually said by the president of AIIB. So India should strike a balance between ramping up physical infrastructure and social infrastructure such as healthcare system. Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank President Jin Likan said. So we need to strike a balance between both creation of physical infrastructure, at the same time social infrastructure like healthcare system should be bolstered in India. So stressing that the country faces a huge need to strengthen in healthcare infrastructure, the AIIB president said that multilateral lender, so this is actually multilateral lender, would look to fund both social as well as climate resilient infrastructure in India in coming years. So this is what is the statement that they said. They are willing to fund for these particular development of infrastructure. The AIIB will align its operations with the goals of Paris Agreement to cope up with climate change by July 2023. So their infrastructure development is in line with the Paris Agreement, that is to mitigate the global warming or to reduce the greenhouse gases, and expects to finance infrastructure projects to mitigate and adapt to climate change worth $50 billion by 2030. And Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in her interventions emphasized the importance of multilateral banks in supplementing countries' efforts to cope up with COVID-19 crisis and looming the climate crisis. So here the important takeaway point is not who said it. So the importance of such banks such banks to actually support the infrastructural development. As we struggled during COVID-19 due to lack of infrastructure. And some of the expectations from the bank, including the need to explore investment opportunities in the creation and development of asset in social infrastructure sectors, to further intensify private sector capital mobilization for inclusive and green development, and to set up a radiant board and regional offices to ensure accountability, transparency, and quality of operations and investment. So it is not just the investment on infrastructure. So they are also intended to make sure the infrastructure development is in line with the norms of Paris Agreement. At the same time, the investment should be accountable, because they are planning to kind of creation of resident board and regional offices to make sure that there is accountability and there is transparency and there is quality of operations and investments. So these are the articles of the day. So if you have any questions, you can definitely put in comments box. We'll be more than happy to answer to your questions. Thanks for watching. Namaskara.